So what is an exit scam? Well, let's talk about what happened recently. There was a CEO of a cryptocurrency project that ran off with $50 million. And he even tweeted a photo of himself drinking beer at the beach. So an exit scam, quite simply, is someone who raises money for a business idea for a project, and they simply just run off with the money. It's that simple. And we've been seeing a lot of exit scams in the cryptocurrency and blockchain world because the money is designed to essentially be untraceable and hard to recover. So that man who recently ran off with $50 million and tweeted himself a photo of him drinking beer on the beach was Yasin Hankir. He was the CEO of SaveDroid, which was a cryptocurrency that was sold to investors as a project that would make cryptocurrencies adaptable by everyone to establish a bank account and a savings account with this coin. That's why it was called SaveDroid. It was about being able to save money through cryptocurrencies. Basically, this guy had created a white paper, created a very convincing sales pitch. Everything looked on the up and up. He raised $50 million and then just ran off with the $50 million. There was nothing people could do about it, really. And he just got away with it. And that's what's called an exit scam. So an exit scam, I want to let you know what it is so you can avoid falling for them, because the thing about cryptocurrency projects, people are very interested in investing in the next cryptocurrency coin because they could see that as being a potential 1,000%, 2,000% gain. Criminals know that, and criminals know that it's very hard to recover money raised through these cryptocurrency projects, so they raise all the money and then they just split. And in some cases, they even brag about the fact that they rip people off, because what are you going to do about it? If you're in one country, they're in another country. I remember I saw message boards, people talk about, well, there's some people will track this guy down and do something to him. Well, that's kind of, unless he stole millions of dollars from you, it's not even going to be economically viable to find out what exotic beach he's on to quote unquote deal with him. So that's what makes exit scams even more tempting for criminals, is that they can steal $500, $1,000 from thousands of different people, get away with it, brag about it, and there's nothing to do about it, because even the authorities, if you're in the United States and these people are in Thailand, the Thai officials don't really care that a bunch of people in the U.S. got scammed out of $500 or $100. The Thai officials will only really do something if the United States government will pressure the Thai government, say, hey, we want this criminal, bring him back. And even the United States government is not going to care if you fall for an exit scam, because they're going to look at this and see how you you're not really an innocent victim, you fell for their greed. And the FBI, I believe the FBI won't get involved if the scam is, if you're a victim and you have less than $1,000 lost and it's an international crime. So even the FBI won't even get involved at that point. So that's why it's even more important to detect exit scams and not fall for them. So what I want to do is just point out how you can avoid falling for exit scams if you want to invest in like a cryptocurrency project. First, look at the people behind the project. If you can't prove that these people are real, and if you can't prove that these people exist, then obviously don't invest in this project. For instance, there was an exit scam that used a photo of Ryan Gosling as one of the executives, and they still raised millions of dollars. Secondly, some larger blockchain and cryptocurrency projects are placing money that they raise in an escrow account. And they're doing that, they're putting the money in a third party, and what happens is the third party's an escrow account. It's usually the escrow account will usually be based in the United States or the UK, and it's a reputable escrow account that has dealt with other businesses. And what the escrow account will do is they will release money to the company that is doing the project when the company meets certain goals. Like they have to, if the company is like, well, we're gonna release this software, they don't get money from the escrow until they actually release the software. So I would definitely not invest in any blockchain or cryptocurrency project unless they have if they're putting money in an escrow account, because that will guarantee that the company is doing the work that they promised to do, and ASIC scammers are not even going to go through the trouble of using an escrow account. And finally, don't invest at any project that promises you a scheduled rate of return. And I talked about this in relation to BitConnect. No one can really promise you a rate of return that beats the stock market, which is about the stock market. S&P 500 returns about 10% a year. If anybody's guaranteeing you a return of more than 10% a year, they are a scam. They just are, because it's very hard to pay back that amount of money to a large group of people. The people who give you a scheduled sort of return rate, people who pay off dividends, are huge companies like Coca-Cola. You can actually see their cash flow, or insurance companies, or a company that just brings in. If you have a company that brings in like $100 million in cash, and they're going to pay out 20 or 30 million of that every month in dividends, that makes sense. You see, the money coming in is more than the money going out. That makes sense. If you can't see how the money is coming in for these people and how they're paying it out, if you can't logically make that connection, don't invest, because they're just going to take your money. That's just going to be another scam. So heed this advice, avoid ESIC scams, so you don't end up giving your money to someone and then seeing them 6 months later sitting on the beach enjoying a beer with your money. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Bye.